First is shaitan, and then the nafs. These two tag team enemies, tag team opponents that we face. What shaitan does, he spurs on the nafs. He's like one of those stirrers you get in high school. Did you know? Why don't you do this? Why don't you try that? He spurs on that nafs, so that that nafs inside us wants to disobey and move in the direction of deviation and temptation. One who is able to conquer this is victorious in this life and the next. Then our actions are all striving to get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is removing the barrier and the veil between us and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is what it's all about. This is what stops us. This is why Imam Ali alayhi salam says, Nal al-fawzul akbar. The one who achieves the greatest victory, which beyond there is no victory. Man dhafira ala ma'rifati nafsih. The one who is victorious on knowing himself, and thereby administrating and managing himself properly and effectively in this life. Nal al-fawzul akbar. There is no greater victory. There is no greater victory that you and I as human beings can achieve except this. And you and I love victory, man. When our team wins, we love it. When we are victorious in life, be it in our schools and colleges, universities and businesses and relationships, we love it. We are built to enjoy victory and want it. And we celebrate when we're victorious. But the greatest victory is this, my brothers and sisters. And this is what we should all be striving for. And this is why yesterday we looked and saw the concept of Jihadul Akbar. The greater struggle, the struggle with the self. And this identifies us with being a Shia or follower of the Prophet and Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wasalam. How many times have people come to our holy Imams and said, we are your Shia? Go and look at the books of Hadith, flick them open, and go to the section on Shia, which means follower. You will find when people have come to the door of Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salam, people have come to Imam Ali alayhi salam, people have come to Hussein ibn Ali alayhi salam. Imam opens the door, they say, Assalamu alaikum, alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. We are your Shia. Imam says, where? I don't see them. And shuts the door. Yes, man. These people had come from far and wide. Then they went away, very distraught. Somebody comes the next day to the house of the Imam, knocks on the door, says, Imam, yeah Imam, these people have come, man, from all this, they've traveled all this distance to come and visit you, and you didn't accept them in. What's the problem? Please, at least have some mercy on them. Imam says, come, let's go. Where are they? They go to these visitors. And this is not just one incident, there are many of these types of incidences. Then the Imam goes to see them and they say, Ya Imam, we had come to you and we had said you are a Shia and you turned us away. Imam says, I don't see my Shia when I see you. My Shia have signs on them that I can see. They have the signs of worship on their faces. They have the effect of worship on their bodies. I can see. They are the ones who follow our way, man. He says, don't say you are my Shia. Say you are my muhib. You are my lover. You love. But don't say Shia. A Shia is one who follows me, who walks the walk, not just talks the talk. And none of us in life like it when people just talk the talk, especially in business, but they don't walk the walk. albeit in sports or anything like that. You don't respect somebody like that, man. What about us? This is what we have to think about and contemplate upon, especially at this time when we come for the majalis of Imam Hussein alayhi salam as his followers. Those people who joined our Imam, that's Shia, man. People who left everything they had in this world and knowing they'd be losing their lives and would never see their families again, in order to stand by the Imam, when most people who were Muslim at that time refused, after even saying they would pay allegiance to him. How much betrayal there was to our Imam after all these claims of invitation and allegiance to him. We live in a time where we may see these things as abstract, historical stories. But this is real. And we have to put ourselves in those places. And where would you be if you were told, or your Imam came to your help? Where would I be? Where would we be? Sabana, that's a tough one right there. No more Timmies. We have to go for the struggle now. And the way to be able to move in this direction is to struggle and strive to work on our own selves. Like our own Imam said when he left to go to Karbala, I am seeking to reform the ummah of my grandfather. And reformation cannot happen till, as Allah says in the Quran, we reform our own selves, man. لا يغير الله ما بقوم حتى يغيروا ما بأنفسهم. Allah does not change a people until they change what is in themselves, what is in their souls. This is how we respond to our Imam. So what is this business about this soul now? If Allah has given us this soul, why do we have to reform it? What is the reason? In order to understand this, I'm going to explain and go through some of the critical points that if we understand this, we will understand a lot about who we are. And this is all related to spiritual psychology. You want to understand why you operate in certain ways? Once you understand this, you will understand a lot. You see, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created us. When He created us, He created our physical selves from clay and dust and these things. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blew into man from His spirit. And this is what made mankind worthy of being prostrated to from the angels. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded angels to bow down to Adam alayhi salam, what did they say in the Holy Quran? Allah says, bow down to this. Inni ja'ilun fil ardi khalifa. I am putting my representative on this earth. Not just in referring to Adam alayhi salam as an individual, but to you and me, mankind as a whole. What did the angels say? أَتَجْعَلُ فِيهَا مَنْ يُفْسِدُ فِيهَا وَيَسْفِكُ الدِّمَاءِ وَنَحْنُ نُسَبِّحُ بِحَمْدِكَ وَنُقَدِّسُ لَكَ. They say, Allah, are you going to put on this earth this being that's going to shed blood? This being that's going to cause corruption? When we glorify you and we praise you, Ya Allah, what's going on here, man? What does Allah say? He says, Inni a'lamu ma la ta'lamun. He said, I know that which you don't. The angels, when they asked this question to Allah, were they wrong in their observation? Man has shed blood. Man has caused corruption. They were right in their observation, but they were only looking from one perspective at this being.